Good day everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about parallel and perpendicular lines. Parallel lines are lines with the same slope. We could say that the slope of the first line is equal to the slope of the second line. We may have it as m sub 2 is equal to m sub 1. Let us try to determine the slope of GE and MA and determine whether these two lines are parallel or not. Let us now determine the coordinates of G and E. So for G we have 4 and 4, and for E we have -2 and 1. So the slope of GE is equal to, for our formula, we have y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. 1 minus 4 over -2 minus 4. And that is -3 over -6. And we can have it as 1/2. Now, let us proceed to line segment MA. The coordinates of M is 1 and -3, while for A, we have 7, 0. The slope of line segment MA is equal to 0 minus -3 over 7 minus 1, which is equal to, since this is subtraction, we have to change the sign and proceed to addition. So 0 plus 3 is 3, and 7 minus 1 is 6. So 3 divided by 6 is the same as 1/2. So we could say that the slope of GE is equal to the slope of MA. Therefore, GE and MA are parallel lines. Okay, now let's have the perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines are lines in which the slope of one of the two lines must be negative, reciprocal of the other line. So m sub 2 is equal to -1 over m sub 1. So let us try to have the illustration for this concept using these two lines MA and GE. So for G, we have 4 and 4, and for E, we have -2 and 1. Slope formula is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So this is for GE. Is equal to 1 minus 4 over -2 minus 4, which is equal to -3 over -6, and that is 1/2. For MA, the coordinates are, for M we have 2 and 6, and for A we have 6 and negative 2. In this case, we have the slope for MA is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. That is equal to negative 2 minus 6 over 6 minus 2, which is negative 8 over 4, which is equal to negative 2. And since the slope of GE is equal to the negative reciprocal of the slope of MA, thus we could say that GE and MA are perpendicular. Okay, now let's have our examples. For our example 1, we are asked to determine whether the line that passes through negative 3, 2, negative 2, and B, 10 and 5, and the other line that passes through C, negative 5 and 2, and D, 8 and 9 is parallel, perpendicular, or neither parallel nor perpendicular. So let us compute for the slope of AB and CD. The slope of AB is equal to our formula, y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. 5 minus negative 2 over 10 minus negative 3. So which is equal to, change the sign of the subtrahend and proceed to addition. 5 plus 2 is 7 over 10 plus 3 is 13. Now let us have the slope of CD. For CD, we have 9 minus 2 over 8 minus negative 5. Change the sign. We will have 7, and 8 plus 5 is 13. We could say that the slope of AB is equal to the slope of CD. Therefore, AB and CD are parallel. Okay, now let's have the second example. Determine whether the line that passes through R, 0 and negative 6, and E, 10 and negative 2, or positive 2 rather, and the other line that passes through 4 and 8, and 12 and negative 2 is parallel, perpendicular, or neither parallel nor perpendicular. Once again, we have to compute for the slope of RE, 2 minus negative 6 over 10 minus 0, which is equal to 2. We have to change the sign again of the subtrahend and proceed to addition. 2 plus 6 is 8 over 10. That is 4 over 5, since 8 and 10 are divisible by 2. Let us compute for the slope of GH. Negative 2 minus 8 over 12 minus 4. which is equal to negative 2 minus 8, that is negative 10, over 12 minus 4, that is 8. So we have negative 5 over 4. And since the slope of RE is the negative reciprocal of the slope of GH, we could say that RE and GH are perpendicular. Now let's move on to our third example. Determine the equation of the line that passes through 2, negative 1 and perpendicular to 4x plus 5y is equal to negative 9. Let us change 4x plus 5y equals 9 into the form y equals mx plus b. So we will have 5y is equal to negative 4x minus 9. Divide both sides by 5. And we will have y is equal to negative 4 over 5x minus 9 over 5. And using this formula, y is equal to mx plus b, we could say that the slope of this line is negative 4 over 5. Take note that we are looking for a line that is perpendicular to this line. That's why we have to take the negative reciprocal of this one, and that would be 5 over 4. Since we do have this 5 over 4 as our slope, we could now use the formula y is equal to mx plus b and substitute this point to negative 1 for the value of x and y and our slope to solve for the value of b. So y equals 2, y is equal to negative 1 equals 5 over 4 times the value of x, which is 2, plus b. So we will have negative 1 equals, so this is 1 and this is 2. So 5 over 2 plus b. So b is equal to negative 1 minus 5 over 2. Finding the LCD, we have b is equal to 2, negative 2 minus 5. B is equal to negative 7 over 2. And now we will have our equation as y is equal to 5 over 4x plus or minus 7 over 2. So if we're going to have this, so y equals 5x minus 4 divided by 2 is 2 times negative 7, that would be 14. So we will have 4y is equal to 5x minus 14. And that is the equation of the line that passes through 2 and negative 1 and is perpendicular to 4x plus 5y minus 9. And for our last example, determine the equation of the line that passes through 12, 10 and parallel to 3x minus 4y plus 22. So we have 3x minus 4y plus 22 equals 0. Let us have this as y equals mx plus b. Y is equal to negative 4y is equal to negative 3x minus 22. So, divide both sides by negative 4. Y is equal to 3/4 x plus 11/2. So we could have our slope as 3/4. And since our line is parallel, we could use this also to solve for the equation that passes through 12 and 10. So y equals mx plus b. Our y is 10 rather, minus equals 3/4 times 12 plus b. So we will have 10. This is 3 equals 9 plus b. So b is equal to 10 minus 9. B is equal to 1. Therefore, our equation now would be y is equal to 3/4 x plus 1, which is equal to y equals, let us use the LCD, 4 is 3x, 4 times 1 is 4, and then cross multiplication will have 4y is equal to 3x plus 4, or 3x minus 4y plus 4 is equal to 0. And that is the equation of the line that passes through 12 and 10 and is parallel to 3x minus 4y plus 22. And now, this would be the last example. Determine if the following points are E and D are vertices of a right triangle using the slope. So, if we may have a review of a right triangle has one right angle, and the line that forms a right angle is a perpendicular line. So what we're going to do is to look for two lines that are perpendicular. And if we can find those two lines, then we could say that these vertices are vertices of a right triangle. So let us now have compute for the slope of the lines. So RE, then we have ED and slope of RD. Okay. Y sub 2 minus Y sub 1 over X sub 2 minus X sub 1, which is equal to RE, 5 minus 6 over negative 4 minus 4, which is equal to negative 1 over 8, negative 8, so which is 1 over 8. For ED, we'll have 2 minus 5 over negative 2 minus negative 4, which is equal to, this is negative 3. Change the sign and proceed to addition. We will have negative 2 plus 4 is 2. Then for RD will have 2 minus 6 over negative 2 minus 4. So we will have, this is negative 4 over negative 6, which is equal to 2 over 3. We can have this one, and then this is divisible by 2, so we have 2 over 3. And as you can see, these two are negative reciprocal of the other. We could say that ED is perpendicular to RD, thus R, E, and D are vertices of a right triangle. And that's all for the parallel and perpendicular lines.